Hello, I'm Kevin Berchelmann, and this is But That's Just Me. You know, developing people, determining what to develop is not really a complex task. Regardless of how people like me may make it out to be sometimes, it just isn't. The reality is, knowing what to develop people is as simple as any other project, actually. Stage one, we have to find out what we want. So we've got to find out what skills, attributes, characteristics we'd like them to exhibit. That's first. It's got to be important, the most important. We really have to do that one right. Second, we find out where they are. We have to assess them. We find a method to assess them where we can accurately determine where they fall out on the continuum for those skills, attributes, and characteristics. And then finally, we identify the gap between the two. We determine where they're missing between them. Now, here's where sometimes we lose sight of what we should be doing. Because frankly, not all items within that gap are created equal. For instance, perhaps someone has organizational skills that don't quite measure up to their OCD boss. Well, now that's bad. That's bad. We'd like to get that fixed. But you know what? What if they have motivational skills that are just a little bit less than satisfactory? Something we ought to work on, but they're not, dastardly at this stage. What do we do? Well, I got to tell you, I think those skills are higher order. For a leader, I think those are higher order skills than simple organizational skills. I think we focus on them. We've got to prioritize that gap. Perhaps we have a leader who we've identified as just really not good at delegating. I don't know, maybe he was dropped on his head as a young employee by some tyrannical boss. I don't know, but he's just poor at delegating. And he needs to get better. No question he needs to get better. But he's almost satisfactory. He's almost as good as some other people at the visioning process. People can really get behind him. They like following him. He's got the leadership kind of characteristics that people like. What do we do? Well, in an ideal world, we work on all his skills. But if forced to choose, we've got to prioritize the gap. We decide that, maybe a little bit of effort on those, on that visioning skills can make him that much better a leader in a short order. Whereas teaching him how to delegate, though important and certainly valuable for his long-term success, is something that can take a little bit longer. Now, we talk about prioritizing this gap, and the reason I do it is all skills are just not equal in importance. All development is not identical. Because frankly, and we've heard this before, but it's probably more true in development, particularly leadership development, than anything else, one size just does not fit all. But that's just me.